Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Larhaven. Welcome back to Blood Bowl. So today, we actually take on another team online completely at random. This should be fun. And by fun, I mean a little terrifying, because I suck at this game. So let's go to leagues. Oh, and I found out the difference between Oddworld and Nagrath Open. Oddworld... World? Anyway, let me show you. When you go to play, you go to matchmaking randomly. If you go to Old World, you can directly challenge somebody. So if you've got a buddy or something, you can have him just let your team beat up on his for a while and gain stats and stuff. So that's why Nagrath is better. So good to know. Matchmaking. I list every single team and minimum turn 2 minutes. Fun fact, you set it to 40 seconds and somebody else does too, the game might put you in 40-second turns. Surprise! Speed bowl! Anyway, I put minimum 2, maximum 4, and every team, roll. Or flip a coin, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you'll get people on the side saying, oh, I'm spinning in so-and-so league in so-and-so minutes, in case you want to... Because the community's not huge for this game, so makes sense to me. Alright, my team has about a little over 50 team value. I don't want to put anything in from Treasury. I'm going against Elves with my Underworld team. This could be quite painful. I wish I could look at their team roster while they're waiting for inducement stuff. But this game doesn't like letting you do stuff while the other player's thinking. And he's not going to be able to buy any inducements with only 40,000. So our team's going to be going pretty much vanilla against each other. Which is unfortunate. I'd like to show off the interesting nature that is inducements, but que sera, sera. If it's going to try and balance you against a team of similar team value. So you usually only see inducements when there's just not too many people online at the time, rolling in that league, or if you're just really under team value, like, say, Halflings. Because that's a strategy for Halflings. There we go. Rapid fire, the Elf team. Let's see, I see nobody gained a level, so he has 3 catchers, 2 throwers, all linemen and blitzers. Usually catchers are weaker than the rest of the team in some way, but for the Elf team it doesn't seem like so. That's okay though. We'll find a way to bash them in. Difference between... You always compare a team to humans, basically, so you can tell where from the middle they go. Elves tend to have lower armor value, but that's about it. And that makes them more prone to injuries and getting bashed. So, you try to no bash. You usually come with dodge as an elf. I mean, obviously that's one of the advantages, and a lot of times their agility is higher. Now, I didn't notice if this team had higher agility. I don't think it does. See, again, I know very little. I don't play enough against enough different teams to know all the teams and all their strengths and weaknesses. So the stars that appear underneath our team name are fan vectors. That only affects like one very obscure type of thing. Well, not very obscure, but an obscure thing. And it only affects it if you have significantly more stars than the enemy team. And you get it automatically from matches, like if you do well, or if you do fun things the fans like, which usually involves punching people. Just press G and N. He was waiting a little while to do that. Alright, so Underworld is my team that is a mixture of several Underworld races. We have 3 trolls, goblins, and skavens. Goblins are cannon fodder, which sucks because they're the ones with the most experience on my team. Pow! Skaven are your ball runners and your general all-purpose characters, and the troll is your get in the middle and bash people character. Ooh, looks like I can receive, so I will. I almost always pick to receive, if possible. I know that's not exactly great strategy, Good luck. Have fun. But I don't think I'm good enough at the game to be able to not receive first. Essentially, if you want to kick off first, then you have to know you're going to be able to stop their drive. I'm not sure I can do that. So, yeah. Wow, he is loading. I've seen this sort of setup. It sort of looks like a skull, almost. And it gives you a lot of coverage. But no, he's just loading the line up. Is he? Well, I guess I shouldn't react to his strategy until he has put enough people on the line. I have no idea what he's doing. Is he just getting scared of the line because my troll is going to hurt somebody? Because that would be a strategy. So what I'm thinking is, I'll put Skaven linemen on the line, not just because their name is linemen, but because I want they can match the Elves' strength one to one. It's actually 3 to 3, but you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm thinking I'll put Skaven on the line with the troll in the middle, have the troll start the bashing. Skaven throwers are on the line. No, I kind of need you guys. Yeah, he's trying to like zipper it. So that means he's probably going to try and kick the ball to the lower left, but he doesn't have anybody with the kick skill, so he's not going to be able to do a very good job of it. What I think I'm going to do, I need my Skaven throwers in the back, because they're the ones that pick up the ball. Here's a hint. Throwers have pass and sure hands. Usually. Sometimes they don't have sure hands. Sometimes they don't have pass, which is weird. Okay, but I'm going to specify characters closer to the right. I'm going to put my blitzer here, so I want to push in, and he's got a blitzer there, and I'll probably push in with the blitzer. And I'll put the goblin there just in case, because they still have 3 agility, which isn't terrible. And I think I'll push you guys back one more. It's a weird section, but obviously he's going to load one side, I'll load the other, and move in. And I've got spare goblins in case my goblins get their asses kicked. I'm beginning to think I shouldn't have got the spare goblins and kept my team value low, but I hadn't known as a strategy, it hadn't occurred to me that you could purposely keep your team value low. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this money, I have to spend it all, and that's not necessarily true. A riot, everything else is nonsense. Don't worry about that. The result is the referee let the clock run for 1 turn before resuming the game. So we have 1 turn less in this half. Wow, he got it right in the middle. Okay, if you go there, you're gonna have... I just realized that you guys aren't going to see the... Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can fix that in-game. Okay, hopefully that means you can now see the mouse cursor. If you can't, I can tell that I have a 3+ roll to grab that ball, and then I can go all the way up there. So I'm going to start my cage over here, and the Underworld goblins are going to suck, but they're going to have to be part of the cage for now, because I just need somebody in the way so these other guys aren't... Oh, no, no, no! Why'd I do that? Wow! What a misclick. This is the type of thing that you just have to be careful of. It's going to happen. And I'm an idiot for letting it happen, and if that costs me a touchdown, which it easily could with Elves, because look, catcher, boom, goes down, gets caged by everybody else, and I can't do shit. And there you go. Wow. It happens. Let's see if we can survive. He just tried to pass it all the way back there. Now, he didn't succeed. Oh no, he lost his turn. It's no big deal. I wasted most of my turn. But now it's back there, so I don't have to get all the way back there to be able to get to the ball, which sucks royally. You don't have dodge, but you have 4 agility. Okay, so they do have 4 agility. That makes sense. I was like, what proper elf team wouldn't have 4 agility? So I was confused when I went over it and didn't notice it. That's just me being blind. Okie doke. I'm gonna move my Skaven Blitzer up. The Skaven Thrower, you can almost touch it, which is great, but I have to get rid of the Blitzer first. Okay, the lineman can hit him, but that's not good enough for me. Because the Blitzer has block and my lineman doesn't, so that's risky. And move you there and say no. Didn't get a better roll. That happens. Alright, so I punch you. Oh yes, sidestep. That can actually mess me up. If he doesn't know that my thrower's going to go in to try and catch the ball, he used a reroll on that pass, so he was planning on that pass working, which is weird that he would pass backwards and hope it works, just so he could use that same character to pass it forwards, because that's what his throwers are supposed to do. And he's taking really long on this sidestep choice, and he didn't make it, so I get to make it for him. There's the punch. What? That's not where I put him? Oh, whatever. It works anyway. Yeah, I'll put him there. God, the frame rate is terrible in this game. I wish I knew how to fix it. But I'll complain about that some other time. I'll put you over there just so you have a tackle zone on that lineman. And I'll put you over here so you can blitz that thrower. I'm not going to get anyone else closer. So let's blitz him, push him out of the way, and get you as a tackle zone on both him and the ball. Underworld Goblins. I'm going to put you over there so I have a tackle zone, another tackle zone on that guy. And I'll put you over here just in case they try and run around after picking up the ball. And that leaves my lineman as the last character, but he can only get 1 die blocks. I really hope you can see that, because I changed the setting, but it's during recording, so I don't know if it'll matter. So hopefully, if you couldn't see the mouse before, you can now, because I stopped the video for a second and started the recording again. Okay, so he is going to be trying for the ball, obviously. I mean, after putting it that close to his end zone, he made, I think, almost as big of a mistake as I did, let's be honest. Oh, no, that's a good hit. He's got a POW, which is what you call the yellow defender down, is it looks like a POW. From, like, the old Batman, not cartoons, the live action. The old Batman live action series. The fact that that existed is still hilarious and awesome to me. This weird West era of Batman being this really cheesy character was weird, especially with our interpretations of him now. I prefer him dark and brooding myself. Sorry. I'm too much of an optimistic guy to expect all my superheroes to act like that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. We should be talking about what the hell he's doing to me. And what he's doing is being painful. Thankfully, all the Underworld Goblins have Dodge, Right Stuff, and Stunty. Dodge is, I've explained it before, gets you out of tackle zones easier, and makes it so Defender stumbles, acts as a push. Right Stuff means you can be picked up and thrown, so I can use the Warpstone Troll to pick up a character, one of my goblins and toss him. But I don't really know how to use that well. So, and then they have Stunty, which makes it so if they dodge into somewhere with tackle zones, that'd usually be a harder dodge to do and be a harder roll. Stunty just says, screw you, I can dodge like normal. So if you get a goblin with 2 heads, like I have one with 2 heads, it makes it so their dodge rolls are even easier. It is really hard for them to fail roll. Here's my guy with 2 heads. Having 2 heads allows him to watch where he's coming and going, add +1 to all dodge rolls character makes. So that's pretty nifty. So if you do level up a goblin, I've heard it's recommended that you get a mutation and you get 2 heads. And my troll is now not doing anything. So let's get him over there. I wanted to move him first because he still had characters nearby, and you need characters nearby to make the really stupid roll not suck. Alright, let's get him here. I need like 3 goblins in base-to-base contact to get a 2-die roll on him, which sucks, but you know, whatever. Let's get... I don't think I can get to their ball carrier right now, and this dude is just covered by way too many tackle zones to pick him up. No, you'd have to do some crazy nonsense to get anything to work. Skaven thrower, once again, crazy nonsense. Their catcher has the ball, not their thrower, but he can easily just give the thrower the ball and then be done with it. And then, well, not be done with it, and then the thrower can throw the ball. So I guess I'm going to have the blitzer stand up. I don't like it, but what has to happen has to happen. And I'm dedicating way too many goblins to this guy, so let's not dedicate any more. What would happen? No. Still 1-die block. Still 1-die. No. Shoot. Ah, screw it. I'm going to go for a 1-die block. It's risky, but I need to get closer to that catcher. And I got blocked, so that means... Oh! But I blitzed. So let's take a risk. And... one more. You can do it. Alright, I have a tackle zone on the ball carrier. This is good news. Let's put you here. You'll be in a tackle zone with the blitzer. So he's still threatened that you will be able to do something about it. And let's get this blitzer covered because he can throw it to this blitzer. He may not have the catch skill, but he's still a threat because he still has 4 agility. No, that'd be super risky. It would, even with dodge and stunty, be super risky. So I'm just going to end turn. Look at me using the entirety of my 2-minute turns. It's almost like I'm actually trying to strategize or something, but we all know that's not true. Lots of thinking you can do during your opponent's turn. In fact, if you're playing speedball with 40-second turns, you have to do all your thinking on your opponent's turn. Because if you're thinking on your turn, you're not moving. He's also thinking. I've got every character of his is tied up in a tackle zone, but I don't have favorable blocks everywhere. Like, this goblin can get smashed pretty easily against a blitzer. Thankfully, I don't care about goblins. This lineman and this blitzer could probably still hit my lineman and be somewhat safe because he has block, but it'd be a 1-dice block either way. This guy has 1-dice block against these goblins, and you don't want to risk it against something as weak as a goblin. It's just not worth it. This thrower and this lineman are on this lineman, so he has no favorable blocks. This blitzer's in trouble. There are 2 unmarked... well... If he attacked with this catcher, he has 2 unmarked people assisting him. This blitzer could get smashed easy. And his main ball carrier... No rerolls. That happens sometimes. That's called a snake eyes. Because essentially, since they're 6-die... 6-sided dice, you can always equivocate them to just the numbers on a die instead of forcing you to just use the special dice. But the special dice let you visualize what's happening better. But I think you could just use 6-sided dice in the regular game anyway. Okay, let's see what I can do. Let's smash you with the lineman so I can get closer. That's fine. That happens. And if I smash you with him... Oh, you only get 1 dice, though. Let's smash you with him. Punchy, punchy. You there, and you there. I didn't think that through. That was probably a bad idea. And let's smash you here. Get you there, and you there. It moved closer. Alright, so now I've got 2 tackle zones on the catcher, and once gave my blitzer free. So let's get the goblin in here, and let's use the blitz first. And then I'll use the blitzer to attack, the other blitzer to attack if I need to. Let's get the thrower out of here, so he's less likely to pick up the ball and follow up. Nope. Nope. Alright, my lineman has it. Not ideal, because he can't move this turn. I might have wanted to reroll on the blitzer, but he has such a low chance. So let me attack the blitzer with the troll. It hurts the troll more because he doesn't have block and the blitzer does. But I want to free up the lineman so he can go and protect my lineman with the ball. So I think my logic's sound here. Oh, but that was a tough roll. His really stupid was a 4+ instead of a 2+. That was dangerous of me. And here he has to choose to use sidestep, which is annoying. For some reason, whenever I fight a team that has sidestep, I mean, come on, I played 3 games before this. The other time I fought a team that had a lot of sidestep, the guy just took forever to make his choice. I'm guessing it's because he had to go somewhere, though, at the time, because he ended up quitting halfway through. And thus is my one victory in online in the Blood Bowl. Let's just put him here. For now. Yeah, I like that. And the other guys are going to stay checked. No, I don't want to give him a 2-die block against that goblin. Alright, so his turn. Hopefully the first block he makes this turn will be Snake Eyes, and I'll be able to go again. So if you're on the ground, like all of these characters are, then you have to blow a blitz if you want to tackle anybody, even if they're right next to you. Because it takes the extra oomph to get up and attack and punch somebody. I'm really lucky that troll was able to attack, though. I've completely forgot about the really stupid. In fact, I might not want to do another block again, even if this blitzer doesn't bother to get up. Because even though I'll have a really good chance of hitting this lineman, I also have a really good chance of him being really stupid and sitting there and not providing the tackle zones and not covering those targets. On the other hand, you can make an argument that I should punch them because they're elves and they can dodge out really easily. But that makes him roll more instead of me, and it's almost always a good idea to make your opponent roll more dice than you. That's my understanding when you play competitive dice rolling games, especially those of the Warhammer style. You'd want the opponent to roll as many dice as possible because the more dice they roll, the more likely they're to fail. Yeah, well, there's that dodge, but that frees up 2 of my goblins, so that's okay. At least I can use them for something useful. Okay. That's the wrong kind of cage! My lineman is now surrounded by elves. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. See? He did just dodge right out, and it was really easy for him. It was only a 3+ roll, and they get a +1 to their dodge rolls because they have dodge skill. So, oh, whoever he just punched has dodge skill. Oh, but he blitzed. See, if you choose to blitz while you're still standing right next to somebody, like over here, you can click it, you'll hit them, and then you'll be able to keep moving after. So, there's that. But he only has a couple seconds left. My lineman isn't down yet. Okay, I'm going to get this goblin here, not just to mark these guys, but so he's in base to base with the troll, and the troll will have a better chance at moving. If you go... That's weird. There's a 3-block there, but standing there's... 2-block. So let's put another guy... Oops, no. No. Too many riskiness. Too much riskiness. Let's put you there. Then I'm gonna see if I can make this work. I still only get 2 dice. That's okay. Let's move the goblin one more. Move this goblin here. I need to break his cage, basically. So let's have him roll. He got POW, which is amazing. Now he can sidestep. Here's hoping it doesn't take forever to do it. Spoiler alert, he's taking forever to do it. Sometimes I think that people online choose sidestep just so that on the other player's turn they can wait as long as possible and wait you out and hope you leave in frustration. But that would be a dick move. And I'm obviously just being sarcastic and annoyed. I really shouldn't. Okay, let's move my linemen. See, when you're in a situation where you're pushing someone into another position that's already occupied, like you saw earlier, you get to choose where they go, and then you get to choose where the next person goes. So getting my guy the hell out of there helps. No, you stay there. Alright, so that guy's stunned. You can tell by there's more stars around his head. That means he's going to be on the ground for 2 turns. One turn he won't be able to do anything. Next turn he'll be able to choose to jump up if he wants. Alright, let's move you out of the way. There. And then move you with him. And I've got 2 dice blocks on this thrower. So I'm going to push you and follow. And then I'm going to run the hell away. I have an opportunity to score. I am not taking the risk to throw it to one of my normal ball carriers because risk. I'm not going to stall for time because risk. So let's just get it out of the way. Nobody is injured, which is surprising. I mean, not terribly. Elf teams tend not to punch very often. And I'm only punching when I absolutely have to. Except for my troll, where I punch as often as possible. So, unlucky that the troll didn't happen to injure anybody, but whatevs. Alright, my turn to kick off. Let's get you off of there, and let's get a more even distribution. You there. Okay. I'm gonna move that lineman there, that lineman there. No, you were supposed to go there. What happened? I'm going to put the Underworld goblins in the middle. Because the people on the sides are most likely to get the most out of their blocks. And what? It keeps not clicking on the target like I'm supposed to. The frame rate's actually a lot lower when I'm recording than normal. Not a lot. But it is cut like half, so maybe a lot's a good word for it. 2 words for it. I hate English. Go away. Except. So I'm constantly trying to improve my audio recording setup. So I'm hoping you're not hearing too much of my mouse. I'm hoping I can cut that out somehow through clever editing. And by clever editing, I mean automatic stuff going on through the program I use. I'm hoping you're not hearing my keyboard when I use it, but luckily I use it pretty rarely in this game. I tend to just control purely with a mouse, but it interferes because watch what happens when I go to the right, how the mouse kind of disappeared. That's because I have a 2-monitor setup, and this is technically not a full screen mode that locks your mouse to 1 monitor. So it's weird, and I should use my keyboard more often to pan the camera. Like that. He's taking a long time to set up. This is such a weird setup. I don't even understand. But he probably has a real strategy and a real reason for it. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm saying I'm too stupid to understand it. So. Geez, taking the whole time, huh? Come on, rapid fire. I don't know why I named my team Baby Don't Hurt Me. Oh, that was my turn to choose! That is really dumb. I am colossally stupid. Anyway, he got an extra team reroll. Because brilliant coaching. The fame, that's the thing I told you about when the fan factor. You get more fame if you're significantly better fan factor than them. And their fame modifier. But neither of us had it, so it was just a pure dice roll, and he got a higher dice roll. So that went pretty much exactly where he wanted it to. It couldn't have been better than if it landed directly on his thrower. So he's going to like zipper a couple of my characters. And when I say zipper, what I mean is you weight your linemen on one side more than the other, and then you go sideways because it gives you more favorable blocks. But he doesn't need to go very far because he would stop the troll. See, so you're going out of your way to knock out my thrower, which makes sense. I mean, that's my major ball handler is the thrower. So yeah, okay. I'm not going to argue with that. The catchers. See, the catchers are who I have to go after. Even if the thrower is back here all alone, unless I have a character that can reach him right away, you almost have to ignore him and go straight and dedicate your guys to stopping the catchers. Because look at this. Agility 4, catch Nerves of Steel. Nerves of Steel makes it so you ignore modifiers of enemy tackle zones when you pass catch or intercept. So this is really good for your throwers and your catchers. Really good. So you got to stop them, because just having people in base-to-base contact with the catcher doesn't matter if they have Nerves of Steel. You have to knock their ass down. And I'm actually going to retract my statement about, oh, don't go for the throwers, go for the catchers, because he has 4 catchers. I might want to go straight for his ball handler. And yes, I know that sounds dirty, I don't care. I think it ate a reroll because I took so long. Is that a thing? Because that would suck. I mean, I deserve it for being that dumb, but that would suck. Oh, come on. No, he won't be able to go there. Let's see that again. Yeah, he won't be able to go there. Skaven Blitzer, I need you over there as fast as possible. Skaven Thrower, get that catcher in your sights. Goblin, get both of these catchers. No, get this catcher so that Blitzer gets a favorable block against him. And put you there, Mr. Goblin. Oof, I need you to punch him. Need you to punch him. Make with the punching, and make with the pain. Follow up. I need that area free so other people can run through it. Oh, hey, I got an injury. 2 SPP for my... Is that a lineman? That's a lineman. So, not fantastic. Yay, lineman, I guess. But, alright, let's get you here. And then I'm going to see if I can't get this troll to punch somebody important. No. Him? Yes, you can punch that important person. So let's make it happen. There we go. Good, good, good. Really stupid worked. Oh, and he has loner, so it was really hard to reroll. And, oh no, that's right. It's not the end of the half. I thought when I scored it was the end of the half for some reason. Let's reroll. And it didn't work. Oof. Mighty Blow made him stunned, so at least I went better than he did. But I still have 2 goblins I could have moved. And that's why I shouldn't have rerolled if I only had 2 goblins left to move. That was dumb. But I wanted to try and somehow get those. If I would have pushed him in, I wouldn't have had a free way to get to the catcher. So, it's because what he's going to do is he's going to move that thrower all the way down here. He is then going to throw the ball right in front of him. Huh. See, 1 SPP you get for a completed throw. I figured he would just go for a long ball, which some elf teams can do, and he probably could have, especially with the reroll he had. But I guess it probably was a smart idea not to go for the long ball, because he does still have 1 more turn after this, which is dangerous. I need to get him to drop that ball soon. But since he's not needing to move that thrower yet, yeah, and the blitzer I put back here is now useless. So you see what I was saying about not necessarily going for the ball handler, because yeah, it wasn't in my favor to go for him at all, because I couldn't dedicate any resources beyond that blitzer to do it, really. I could have moved the goblins up, and that might have been a better idea if this reroll worked. But because this guy is loner, if you want to reroll, you have to roll a dice and get it better than 4. I mean, sorry, you have to get 4+. If you get a 1, 2, or 3, it takes your reroll anyway. but doesn't give you the opportunity to use it. So, yeah. That's the problem with a lot of big characters. They have so many stats in doing interesting stuff, but they don't have block. And block is really useful. Oh, he just passed it off to the catcher, of course. And he's going to leave. Because, yeah, he's got more than enough movement. Well, he's got barely enough movement. Because he needs to make one go for it roll. Or he could just stop at the edge. That'd be somewhat risky, because I might have a character that can run close enough, but this guy's pretty much the only guy who could. And I'd still need to make a go for it roll. So if I were him, I would just wait there. Which is exactly what he's going to do. Because he has one more turn, and why risk the extra stuff? Oh, he went straight up fouling that character, which is a great move, as long as he could stun him, at least. And that's exactly what he did. He stunned him. So now, the Underworld Goblin's pretty much the only thing close enough. Well, the Blitzer is just as close via movement, but he's less likely. Oh, a 1-dice block. He's knocking down my Goblin and getting in my way, thus making it nearly impossible for me to get down there. Oh, wow. Oh, this is something else. My lineman can do it, but it's risky. And it's only 1 dice, and I really would like better than a 1-dice block. But there's no way I can get anybody else near him. So I have to do it. I have to hope it works. And moving all these other characters is no point, but I'm going to stand my troll up just to see if he would. Yep, he did. Plus, this character gives him the bonus while he's there. Alright, well here goes. I need a 3+ roll there. I need a 2+ roll there. And then I need POW or Stumble. Nope, failed in the first roll. Critical failure, in fact. I rolled a 1. Oh, that was a 4+ roll, not a 3+. Oh well. So, score. See, what I should have done before I did that was move more of my characters, because these goblins haven't moved since the beginning. And also because I don't want him to get punchy and start injuring players and getting extra points for his characters, for his players. So, okay, he didn't bother to punch me at all. He just went in for the score. Which happens. It was the right call, to be honest, because, I mean, unless he's going to pick on some goblins, which I didn't have too many in base-to-base contact with him, it didn't matter. The goblins were the most likely to get injured if they get punched, so. A better player might go ahead and get with punching, to be honest, if he could fix some blocks or whatever, but he was behind and he just wanted to make sure he tied and he didn't want to risk. Oh, he had no rerolls. That's right. So if he rolled Snake Eyes, it'd be over and he wouldn't score this half at all. Never mind. Smart choice was to score.